Welcome to our channel. We're Willow and Lee, full-time van lifers from the UK. For the past 3 years we've been living in our 46-year-old VW Ruby with our 2 cats, Amy and Lizzie. It's fair to say, things haven't always gone to plan on the road and we've suffered the occasional van life breakdown. With our Colombian visa running out, we were about to break Ruby in a way we had never broken her before.
Oh, we did it again. We did it bad. Whoopsie.
We broke Ruby again. Well, the bar came out okay.
Right, so we're trying to be more like other van life YouTube channels, so we're going to update you a lot more. And we're about to cross the most treacherous river crossing. Look how worried Willow is. I'm not sure if we're going to make it, guys. We're going to give it our best shot. Here we go.
I'm just being careful.
Oh, I really wish we had 4x4 right about now.
Maybe we need more power to get through it.
Do you reckon it's going to flood the engine?
I don't know.
Oh!
Panic!
Woo! We made it! Right, we've made it to the former town of Armero. It's probably what, the 4th or 5th ghost town that we've been to on the trip.
Probably the saddest ghost town.
The most tragic. In 1985, the volcano we were just camped nearby, Nevado del Ruiz, erupted, caused massive landslides and mudslides once the ice caps melted and the glaciers melted, and it travelled 100 kilometres down the valley.
It's really far away. It's not even that close to the volcano, and it
killed over 20,000 of the town's inhabitants and other town inhabitants. It's really sad. We're going to have a bit of a drive around, and no, gracias. We're going to have a drive around and have a look and pay our respects to those who lost their lives and take it all in. These are all just like graves now, aren't they?
What makes Armero even more tragic was that the Colombian government was made aware of seismic activity days before the eruption, but they chose to do nothing. When the volcano erupted, bad weather meant that the townspeople knew nothing until it was too late. Walking through the remains of the town, it was frightening to see just how much of it was wiped out. A 13-year-old girl named Omaira Sánchez was found trapped beneath the debris of her house. Her plight was captured as she descended from calmness into agony. People still visit the site to this day to visit her shrine and to pay their respects. The The people who lost their lives that day may be gone, but they will never be forgotten. We had a really cool wild camp spot. It's one of the first ones we've had in ages where we've just been in the middle of the woods.
No one knows we're here.
No one knows we're here. It was a bit interesting getting in. Had to move a few trees,
but,
get up
it's not raining now, so it should be a bit easier to get out, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But it was so peaceful.
The cats had a brilliant time after being locked up in Bogotá.
Yes, Amy's been out.
A lot.
A lot. It's been a while.
What, me walking?
With this. Been ages since we took Amy for a walk, so we're trying to get her back into the swing of it a little bit. We just went 10 minutes or so from the van, not far.
Walking without a harness or a lead.
Just to see what she'd do, really.
She's well excited. Oh, he's stirring up a little bit.
I think she knows.
Yeah. She's leading us. There it is.
She doesn't look like she's enjoying it, but she won't stop.
Why?
Because you're dirty.
Dirty boy. Love you, Daddy.
Lizzie.
Liz? Liz? Liz?
I can see her.
growling. Lizzie. Such a dick. After yesterday's failed attempt at finding a water pump, we drove back into the main town we were camped near and found this beautiful spot next to the lake. Feels super similar to Scotland actually. We had a pretty peaceful night. We just got into bed and we saw flashing lights and the police turned up and we were slightly concerned they were gonna chuck us off the site, but they just came round and then turned around and went. I think they were just kind of letting us know they were around. But check out the views. It's absolutely spectacular and it cost us absolutely nothing. Win-win. I sat down here, enjoyed a cup of coffee, just looking out onto the lake, saying hello to people who've come for a walk. So they say problems come in threes, right? So this is the current state of our water pump. Doesn't sound great, does it? I don't reckon it's long for this life. We've ordered a new one from Amazon, which will be with us hopefully in the next 2 weeks in Bogotá. Next week, even better. We've had a message from the guy who's repairing our inverter, and he's very precise with his estimations. What did he say then? There's a 90% chance.
He said we need the new, I think,
Switch.
like the, I'm not sure exactly, but like maybe the whole circuit board or something. A new part, anyway.
New switch for the circuit board, he said.
That part, he said there is a 90% chance that is the problem. That will fix it. There is a 5% chance that they maybe need another spare after that. And there is a 5% chance that it's not repairable, in which case we have to pay just the labour.
Which is less than 20 quid.
Yeah, it's like £16, considering that buying an inverter would be like £300. And also it'd be hard to find a 240 volt one, and it will have the like American connections instead of our UK ones, and yeah,
it's worth the risk. I mean, those are good odds, right? 95% chance it will be sorted.
And also as well, not only the money, but like if we get another one, what's the chances it fits where the old one fits, and then you're trying to rearrange like the whole electrical cupboard? I don't really want to do it. No,
so we need to pay him, and then he's gonna order the part, and hopefully by next week he's going to send us some positive news.
Instead of be here Tuesday, and
it's currently Friday.
Be here Tuesday. The Amazon order is here Friday, so kind of looks like the end of next week we'd be in Bogotá, hopefully picking everything up.
And we'll be back to where we were.
Yeah,
almost.
And we need the part for the Wallace.
Yeah, which has been ordered
to England, but then it has to be sent here, and again we need to collect it from Bogotá.
It's nice to not have mechanical problems with Ruby for a change.
The whole inside is failing now instead.
Watch this space.
All fixable.
All fixable. Just money.
Like, yeah, good couple of £100.
Watch this space to see how it ends up.
With time to kill whilst we waited for our inverter, we decided to check out a beautiful looking lake spot, and that's when things went terribly wrong.
We made it 17 days without breaking something.
And now we've really broke something.
And now we've snapped one of, oh Jesus fucking Christ. We've snapped the rear torsion bar. So that's fun on the dirt mountain road in the middle of nowhere where we are. We can still drive.
Just very, very carefully.
Very carefully. So, watch this space.
Places we camped in a very long time.
Would have been a lovely place to camp, but it was not meant to be.
And now we get to do hours and hours and hours of driving on a fucking buggered VW. As you can see, Ruby's super pissed. Right, today's a new day. We found a really nice family and I overlanded, let us stay the night, and we are about to take the spring arm apart and look at the damage. Got it? What's the verdict?
Whoops.
Is it not supposed to be like that?
The verdict is we need 2 new bushings. It also cut through the brake line because the suspension obviously extended and it just
Where's that
chopped
brake line?
on the top.
There it is.
Cut through the brake line. The exhaust is there.
Fuchs. Exhaust.
Yeah. And the last thing we've got to do is obviously get the rest of the... It's actually damaged the spring plate as well. But we can probably... Hopefully we could repair that. With a bit of... That's not so bad, I don't think. Yeah, the spring plate's pretty worn actually. Yeah, we've got to get the rest of the bar out because it's snapped in there. That was an absolute bugger to get apart. Well, the bar came out okay.
We have it.
We have a new brake line.
It's one thing sorted. Still no real positive responses for the torsion bar.
Lots of people kind of checking, but it's now the weekend, so...
Mañana.
No.
Mañana.
Yes. I'm going to put this back on so we stop leaking brake fluid all over the floor at least.
That's a start.
And we got the spring plate welded.
We did. He did a good job.
He did a really nice job. So
It's not been terrible news. And we made money today.
we made money.
Stop it.
So we've committed to the garage and today we're starting from work. First thing we asked him to do was actually give us a bump stop. We haven't had a bump stop on one side for 2 years since it snapped. And yeah, I wanted someone good to fabricate it, so now we've got someone good, I think, and he is getting to work, so it looks pretty good to start with. And this is the correct side, so aiming for something like that.
It's all go in the workshop. We're trying to get more welding done. And the more we take apart, the more we're finding. It is a week since we broke the torsion bar on Ruby. It is what, 4 days since we ordered the replacement from Wolfsburg West in California.
Ordered it on like Tuesday?
Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, 4 days.
Yeah. And apparently it's here.
So now we get the joy of catching the bus.
Like 3 buses.
Into Bogotá, to the airport, to collect it. Which is awesome, but also horrible.
We did it yesterday because we had to pick up another order, so we kind of know what we're doing today, but yesterday was a bit of a mess.
Oh man, I hate the peasant wagon.
Yeah, we'll get there. The airport is really far away, so we're gonna try again.
But we are on the right track to not just repairing Ruby, but improving her.
I'll wait to see her lifted. It's gonna be awesome.
Right, yesterday that bus journey took us over 2 hours.
And then today it took like 15 minutes.
So much better.
And now we just got to figure out the
Second bus.
local bus system, which you kind of half understand.
You know what, public transport in the city is pretty good.
Their bus service is actually pretty amazing and so much cheaper, so we just have to figure out where we're trying to go. Firstly, we're going to try and get some other smaller car parks. Bogotá doesn't have a metro, but it has the buses, which are kind of basically like one because they have their own lanes and stations, and you found a card, which is half the battle. So now we can just jump on and off all day. It's not that crazy.
Can't close the doors. You never get that back home. We caught a metro in Medellin and it was the worst, scariest experience of our lives. Getting absolutely shoved on.
It was like being at a concert.
Oh, and we are back in the city now. Already you can see like the yellow smog.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd colour here.
Kind of past it now, but we're in the zone of all different zones. So we just walked through the bike zone, and soon we're heading to like the Germany Volkswagen zone. It's a place where you find everything in Bogotá.
Normally get really good videos.
And now we're in Volkswagen Parkland, which is kind of amazing, but they never have what we want. So we're going to see if we can get some new bushings for torsion bars. Hopefully. We can't remember where we were last time though.
Bring a bush or torsion bar.
Oh, they got better lights.
Hola. Ajá, sí, 4. Creo que sí.
So this is the area where all of the Beatles are hanging out. Check all of these. Beetle, 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 Beetle. Everywhere, but no rubies. She's the only one. Right, we've got bushings, we have got exhaust mounts. Now we are trying to get what again?
Bump stops.
Bump stops, yeah.
They're kind of expensive and we don't really need them, I don't think, but I feel bad asking him to weld it and then not fitting a bump stop. So
Look at all the Volkswagen. I mean, it's not all classic, but
place for
Simmers.
everything.
So, 4 VW shops looking for a bump stop. None of them have it. So once again, everyone's like, oh yeah, you should be fine getting parts. Lots of parts shops doesn't mean they have it.
A bump stop as well. It's not like complicated, difficult, weird part.
So,
And the one, they said they had it, now they don't have it, and they wanted 20 quid for each, like £40 on bump stops.
Nah. And now we have to wait for this to pass. Other than that, we're doing alright.
It's like 60% success rate.
I'll take those odds.
You go for a swim.
After a promising start, we kind of ground to a bit of a halt recently. Can't seem to find any of the parts we were looking for. not
Only
the end of the
one
world. Well, the bump stops as well.
Yeah.
So we're off to the airport to get our torsion bars and then make our way back. Should get this from Ruby. Ruby is. Oh, I think that was just coincidence.
I think you broke it.
Like I break everything.
Oh, now we've got a. That's not fun.
FedEx is in sight. We have almost got our package. We just need to cross the road. There it is. Oh. You know, because you couldn't just possibly stop. Ah.
Here we go. Time to spend more money.
Oh.
Full salon. I put address to FedEx. So I went to pick it up from the FedEx address and it's not at that FedEx because that would make too much sense. So now we have to walk 45 minutes to a different FedEx.
At least we got the great views to our either side of us.
Some, oh look, a plane. I've walked this road too many times now. And it's annoying because we got a bus for literally no reason whatsoever, but oh well. Alright, let's try this again. Look what I got! Torsion bars.
Final bus.
Got our parts, back home soon.
Yeah. It's a beautiful Saturday morning and Willow has beat me to the camper repairs. She's given me an evil glare. Today we're making a start on the back end. So let's have a look at what Willow's been up to whilst I've been stuffing my face. What's your plan?
Fit torsion bars.
Okay, well I know that, but these guys don't.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Torsion bar.
The housing of the torsion tube, I think they've welded it in like really the wrong place. It looks really wrong.
Yeah, you show.
I mean, it's just, it's hard to see. It's really off center, like it's not. And you can see where the spring plate's damaged it because it's at the wrong angle. And I'm not a fan.
Oh, need a plan. It's all about improvisation.
You kind of missed the worst. This
I mean, I can
came
see it.
out. Well, I don't want all of this stuck in the grease I'm about to put in. So. Them.
Why is it green and not red?
Heavy duty.
Green means heavy duty, so we got Hulk torsion bars.
Well excited for these.
I can't wait to try and break them.
Came super fast.
How do you test that they're strong enough?
Off-road.
I'm well up for that. Right, on this side, we are getting there. The torsion bar is pretty much ready to be put back together with the lift plate, but we have some other work on the other side because whilst we were in Medellin, we tried to get some more damage repaired and they did a terrible job. So now we're going to have to try and fix that. So we're going to have some more welding done later and then we can start lifting her, which will be awesome.
Upgrades as well. We have these.
Bought from Oz.
Yeah, these are really well travelled. So from Australia to England to Colombia, when you we wanted to raise her for a while because we keep smashing it on the floor and breaking it. So we went with these lift plates. There's a few options. These are Fresh Customs. And they're nice because they are adjustable. As you can see, you can go 3, 6, 9 inch drop or 3 inch lift, or you can flip them round and get the whole thing as lift, which you wouldn't do because that would be insane. But okay, we've just gone what should be a 3 inch lift. You can see that's the angle of the spring plate stock, and now it's this angle here, just adjusted on the back, which is cool. And they're only what, 4 mil thick as well, so they don't change the alignment of your rear wheels as much as some of, like, say, the Wagens West plates where they're like 3/4 of an inch thick. It obviously throws out your alignment even more, so that's cool.
How much did that set us back?
These aren't too bad. They're like $250 US, so,
and we hope that will get us to around stock height and stop us bashing.
Bit more than stock height, just a little. With our new heavy duty torsion bars, yes. Maybe on our old saggy ones, no.
And we've got the other air shocks to go on whilst we're here as well.
We have air shocks. We have changed the CV joints. Debating CV drive shaft lengths at the moment. This is happening with the bars.
We've got a busy day today, right?
Well,
after a week of kind of slowly progressing.
It's been a bit slow. It's one of those stupid things where if you had the right size drill bit, it would have been done in 10 minutes, and instead it took us like 2 days to file all this out because we couldn't get one. But we need this welding sorted first because we're now ready to install the plates and the bars, but we can't do it until they've sorted the absolute train wreck of a job the other garage did.
I'm going to take you around a tour of the garage, which is currently our home. As you can see, got round to doing some laundry, which was long overdue. As you can see, we've got Ruby on axle stands at the moment, so we've been sleeping on a bit of an angle, but it hasn't been too bad.
This is also work in progress.
Yep. We've got some pretty beastie neighbours. They're well into their Toyota Land Cruisers, and I'm hoping once we've got Ruby fixed, me and Moro will do like a joint collaboration of our love of VWs and Toyota Land Cruisers.
You forgot something else that broke. What do I say about how many other things are broken?
List all of the things that are broken. Let's go for it.
Right, so as everybody knows, the bad things do not happen in 1s or 2s or even 3s in our case. So what happened first? The inverter broke, the Wallace broke, the water pump broke. So this is kind of internal.
Inside door handle broke.
The inside door handle broke, internal breakages, and then when we took apart the rear suspension to change the bars, we noticed that the diagonal arm, it was like super wobbly and loose. So we're like, okay, we'll just tighten the bolt up.
Nice, easy job.
Just tighten the bolt up. It looks like the nut is supposed to be a captive welded nut onto the chassis and then bolt through. But it snapped the captive nut off because this bolt here, the bolt that goes through it, has completely corroded to the inside of the arm. So instead of like pivoting on the bolt like it should, the whole thing's just wobbly and seized, and we have to get this out now without
We
damaging
had to saw
it.
through it, which was a fun job.
But we also have to try and get it out without damaging the bushing, because that's not replaceable. So, another thing.
Yay! You live in a Toyota Land Cruiser? We're not the only one who's doing some work. Nara's just come back from Caño Cristales and doing a bit of maintenance, as you can see. Amy approves. So what's going on over here?
Well, this is the debate about how long your axle should be when you raise it. This is the stock drive shaft with 944 CV joints for the greater angle, but the problem is you don't really know how long the axle's supposed to be until you've like got everything where it is, which we couldn't do until this point, and then we're in Colombia, so how are you gonna get anything here? I mean, it's incredibly expensive to import.
Yeah, but then people just say it's really easy getting parts down
super
here.
easy. Yeah, you just
Like the
buy
torsion
it.
bars that we had to import from the US.
Yeah, or like the bump stops that you can't actually buy. You can't buy bump stops, brake pads, clutch cables for this, so you're all liars. Anyway, my plan is to refit everything and then fit our new CVs without the boots on the back. So like I've wrapped it all up because it's super dusty in here, but so you can see how the joint is, and then like kind of move the suspension through its travel and see how the joints look, and whether, you know, if we're getting to a point where like they're stretched out on the shafts, they're clearly too short, and then make some kind of decision. I don't really know what I'm doing. There is no definitive answer. And then the other thing is, maybe if they are too short, to chop up an old CV joint into spacers rather than try and get custom made shafts, because who knows how easy that is. So, last problem to be
So
solved.
it's a pretty standard day in the workshop for us then, right?
Yeah, I'd like to look at this, but
We're waiting for our welder.
Well, the one side is ready to go, but I don't want to put it back together because he needs to see it as a reference point for how it should be for the side that's not okay. So we're kind of just
Waiting.
We have finally got the torsion tube welded, which was terrible, as you saw, and that now means that we can actually go ahead and install the rest of the suspension at the back tomorrow. So making some progress, which feels really good, finally. What do you reckon? Good job?
Yeah, I'm well chuffed. And the ambience tonight has been provided by our good friend Dave Shaw, aka Dave Francis, and his A1 radio station. Peaceful blues to see out the night. Loving it. It's another day in the workshop and things are starting to progress quite nicely actually. Willow is making a start on the lift. It's going to be awesome. The welding's coming along on the back as well. He's literally cutting it all out. I'm going to replace it with new metal, which is cool.
What do you reckon, Lobber?
It's good. She approves.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah, she's getting butt lift.
today is more of this. And if that wasn't bad enough, it's not just the outside, it's the whole thing. And then we will be doing this shit show as well, because this is our tow bar mount, and we can't, as you can probably tell, we can't really bolt it back on because it's just ripped out all of the bolts. What is it, Liz? Do you like it? Good girl. We also have this fixed for third time lucky. Snapped back in Nicaragua. We got it welded in Medellin, and as you probably could tell, the last video, the bar was not in straight at all. It was touching here, and there's a huge gap here, so if we put the bushes in, it would have just absolutely ruined them. So he has taken his whole section off, re-welded it, and it's actually straight, which is exciting. So we can refit the suspension now.
If you watched our earlier video, you would have seen that our attempts to service the Wallace didn't go very well. We are finally putting the new thermal sensor in, which will hopefully solve all of our problems. Hi, Mr. Wallace. You're going to miss taking this out.
That's the emotions that I'm feeling, is it?
How's the song go?
Black is white goes on the right. Thermocouple colour code. Oh, that's hard to say.
Thermocouple colour code.
Thermocouple colour code. Black is white goes on the right. That's the thing.
How much was it?
This was £110 delivered to England, and then
Shipping and import tax, which was with other stuff, so
it
it's
was,
hard to tell.
but it was still like 50 quid to get it here. You can look. Oh, we can look at it in a minute.
Yeah, let's see then.
Cause of all our problems.
It's hard to focus on that, especially if you keep moving it. Well, your phone doesn't like it.
Doesn't like that close. It won't work.
There you go. No end. An end.
Wasn't really in the right place, was it?
Moment of truth. Time to press the magic button.
Sounds unpleasant.
Oh. So as well as a horrific noise, it's turned itself off. So attempt number 1 is unsuccessful. Attempt number 2. It's not making a horrible noise from the fan anymore. We got the evil flashing lights again, hasn't started. I think it's just a fueling issue because we disconnected the fuel line, but I just want this to start so badly. It sucks having this broken. It just does not want to fire up. Hoping it's just a fueling issue. Gonna try again. Hopefully it will keep pulling diesel through and it will eventually just fire up. You liked?
I mean, it's a bit.
You liked that? Put more in. Getting down to the main bits now. It is just over 2 weeks since we rocked up here. Welding's pretty much done, bar some little bits and bobs. Willow is tackling the lift kit.
I know something's going on. There's dishes in the sink and trash in the front yard.
So what are we thinking right now then?
Well, we're not sure if I've done it too much or not. So, gonna refit the drive shaft properly because this is just a mock-up, and then we're gonna put this side on the floor and see where we're sitting in the suspension, because we don't want to be
Sat down where we
no,
are
we
here.
want this to be like in the middle.
That's the sweet spot.
So I'm gonna drop it and see if we're there, because it's a little bit hard to know. Like, we have the angles that it's supposed to be at stock, but that's different with the weight, and so we're not really sure. So we're gonna just try it and see, and then the other side needs wrestling into submission, which is not so easy.
Okay.
So
Well, it was a busy night, but we got there in the end. Ruby's all packed away, and we are hopefully ready to leave. There's only one problem.
waiting for the cat. She's being a little bitch.
She's having a great time in the garage again.
Always. Just want to leave.
We're waiting for Amy. We're also waiting to collect some clothes that haven't been washed.
So that's great.
It's going well.
Yeah, it's going well.
1 out of
today.
3.
I mean, the camper drove, so that's good.
Yeah. So that was our hopefully last garage experience in Colombia.
Yeah, we need to like get moving.
Yeah. So we're gonna hit the road.
When
And
Amy turns up.
We'll see you next time.